Welcome back to the podcast. Roll the intro.
Yeah, they call me a savage. I'm putting in work. I hustle and grind, I put in the time, get what I deserve. Savage.
Maybe 23, I think, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
23, episode 23.
23
rolling
it
on.
is. Let's go.
Welcome to the new studio.
I like
Hopefully
it, bro.
it turns out good. We got some better lighting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt when the camera used to switch, the lighting was
Change
so
it,
out of
yeah.
whack. We got different cameras as well, so it doesn't make it the best. But
Cleaner, bro.
I think we're coming along. I think I need one more setup, a few more YouTube videos to watch how to light up a podcast properly. But yeah, we're upgrading as we go along. What's happening?
Well, no, I was cruising, man. It's cruising. It's a bit cold, so hence the jacket.
Yep. Bit of training. What's the latest training?
Yeah, I'm just still recovering from my forearm elbow from last weekend. So that's been the focus for me, just getting that back and sorted, and sort of like jump back on the 75 hard buzz. You know, I started yesterday. I just want to get that routine back. I felt like I was slacking off, especially with the injury as well. So that's my go for the time being.
What'd you do? Your elbow?
Yeah, it was. I just went to grass cut someone. I went too low.
The old
Ended
grass
up
cutter.
with the old grass cutter, bro. And yeah, I just pinged it, and it felt really sore. And then couldn't get any movement into it for about fucking 4 days, bro. So I was just stuck in bed, just trying to recover.
Yep.
But now it's feeling good, man. I did a bit of push with you today, which was good. But I'm still keeping it light with the upper body. And then, like I said, I'm just getting back on that 75 hard buzz. So
Yeah, we did what? Dumbbell incline bench.
incline bench.
My shoulder's a bit troubled. Nah, they're all right, but I had a little bit of a
From what?
tink from the other, just going a lot of barbell bench, I think. So just giving that a break. So do some dumbbell work.
Yeah.
That was good. We did a bit of machines,
Mm-hmm.
bit of volume.
The machine
Bit of
work.
dip.
The machine work's good for. I think it's good for a guy like myself at the moment, which is just with his injury, because it keeps it very linear.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I really enjoyed that lat pull down. It felt good for the forearm, which is always important.
With dumbbells, you can get away from you, especially if you got any shoulder, elbow, wrist type injuries.
What's your focus for training these next couple of
My
weeks?
focus is just keep the consistency through winter and all that.
Mhm.
We had we're training pretty hard,
Yeah, bro.
at one stage.
Yeah.
So now I feel strong, and I'm just going to maintain that consistency through the winter.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing. When people drop off through this cold period, you can already notice
Yeah,
the gyms are a lot quieter.
Yeah. Cold. That's why, man.
Yeah.
No one likes. Everyone's hibernating during these times, and I think it's like super important to just keep the roll on, because even the last 2 weeks I was, feeling like I was slackening off, and that's why I did 75 hard, because winners for 91 days or 90 days, whatever. It'd be good to keep the routine for 70 or 75 days of that. So that's why I'm doing it. And yeah, like you said, bro, winter scares everyone off.
But you still get that one a day session though, hey? Like that's
all you need.
that's nearly the bad.
Yeah, bro.
I'm only doing one, but got to realise that still quite a lot of training,
Mm-hmm.
I feel. And I just want to maintain that consistency through this winter period. Still get the volume, and I'll still do 5 sessions.
Yeah.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday doing lower body.
Yep.
Tuesday, Thursday. I'm not doing as much Achilles rehab because that's
Feeling good at the moment?
feeling good.
That's
so
good.
what I was doing with that was I was probably nearly doing 45 minutes of just like specific rehab type work on that Achilles. So now I've I need to do like 15 minutes, and then the rest of the time adding in squatted again. That's good. Started off light. Just do DS50, 5 minutes worth.
Did you run? Have you run with the Achilles?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I ran.
Feel good?
6K jog. It wasn't a run. But yes, it's fine now.
That's mad.
It's good. So all that work paid off. I found the ISO holds are mad.
Yeah.
So good.
Like even from you telling me that and doing ISOs for the knee, fuck, they work, bro. It just like I put up a post on TikTok the other day talking about how you've got a torn calf, you've got torn anything, if you've got injuries, you know, sometimes movement can actually make it worse, right? So doing something like an isolation where you're not actually moving through, you know, however far the muscle or the thing can move, and then just shortening it up and just staying there for 45 to 60 seconds. I feel like it feels really good after.
Yeah, doing preventative exercise is a lot better than doing rehab exercises.
Yeah, exactly.
I think a lot of people ask me that question. Hey, bro, I just done my hamstring. What do you have for it? I'm like, bro, too late. It's too late to, you know, do the exercises now. Should have been doing them before. So that's what I try and explain to people. My stuff is preventative. It's not, you know, rehab.
And like you can indirectly work on that stuff, right? You know, you don't have to actually do exercises for the hamstring. You know, I think that people just like target and point at the actual area without realizing that there's, you know, a whole big body there that you need to focus on as well at the same time. And I think a lot of people forget that, you know, if my knee's sore, it might not be from the actual knee. It might be because my glute's tight, my fucking Achilles is tight, whatever. You know what I mean, bro? So I think the focus needs to change in terms of pointing the finger and then just realizing that it's very, you know, we talk about holistic, but it's the same thing with the body. You got to work on the body as a whole in order for it to feel and heal.
Do you know why mobility works real good?
Why?
'Cause no one does it. That's such low-hanging fruit. Like,
It is, bro.
that's why it feels so good when you start it, because you're a beginner again.
Mm-hmm.
You could be have 10 years worth of training, but you've never done proper mobility work.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you do it, you feel, you know, you get those beginner gains.
Well, that was like, it brings me back to the focus, what I'm doing, bro. Like, so for the 2 workouts a day, I'm just walking outdoors and doing your mobility.
Yeah.
You know, I really want to focus on hitting my pancake. That's the main thing. Like, I can hit it, but I can't hit it belly down. And after 2 fucking sessions, bro, I told you this morning, I was like, bro, I feel mad today. My hips are loose as fuck, even though that session took fucking 30 minutes. But I feel mad. And like you said, I've still got a big background of training, you know, years and years of it, but I can go and do 1 session of mobility and be like, oh, okay, I'm back to where I need to be.
Have you hit pancake belly to floor before?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That was when I was focusing on it massively at ATG.
Yeah, and it comes back a lot quicker when you've hit things before.
Yeah.
It only takes a couple of sessions instead of, say, something like your cardio or your strength work.
Mm-hmm.
If you spend a year away, you probably got to do another, like, minimum 3 months.
Yep.
Probably 6 months to get back to that level.
Yep.
Mobility or flexibility tends to be like a couple of sessions.
Yep.
That's why I see, like, people who've done gymnastics when they're younger, you know, a couple of years of gymnastics, and they get super flexible, then in adults, they usually keep it.
Yeah.
Which is cool. That's one.
So it just transfers over time, which is always a good thing. And like a good point too, bro, like doing my mobility during the morning, I carry it throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like I do my mobility and then it just stiffen up straight away. And another good thing is, like, I know and I look forward to the next day when I get to wake up and do mobility again.
Yeah, hard.
And then it just becomes a constant thing day by day. And that's why, like, you know, I've dived into your mobility before, but not to this extent, you know, and the phase that you've got me on, fuck, bro, it's hard. And I enjoy it.
Yeah, it gets hard. You can get hard. It
Yeah.
can be harder than weights.
Yeah.
Which is
If you do it properly, right? And
Yeah.
fuck, everything that I do is with intention, you know, and it's important to have that intention so the body can feel good. That's what I'm aiming for.
nothing like 3 max horse stance hold to wake you up in the morning.
I was doing the old fucking haka stance. I'm like, holy heck, bro.
It's Kielmo's.
Come on.
That's the other thing I've been adding in. Mini sessions in the weekends.
Oh, mad.
Usually I don't train in the weekend, just time-wise, family-wise. Shouldn't use that as an excuse, but I've been, jump in the garage. So 5 to 10 minutes work, just like string 3-4 exercises together and just roll through.
Just go.
Could do a chin-up into a push-up and just go back and forth for 5 minutes.
Yep.
Get a lot of volume in.
Mm-hmm.
Even during the week, I'll start adding them in. And then also did a little bit of like rehab stuff. I just did like a 9-minute ISO hold for the Achilles. It's the dumbbell on the knee, short calf type stuff. So just all those add up, I think, over the week. Sometimes we just look at the what we do in the day
Mm-hmm.
or and then I like to look at the weekly volume, just come out a little bit and just how many times you've hit things.
Mad. I'm
Yeah.
keen.
Doing push-ups, chin-ups,
Yep.
you do 2 extra sets, 5 minutes of chins, you can probably get what,
It stacks up, bro.
30 to 50
Yeah.
reps in
Now that you're
5
saying this,
minutes.
it stacks up, bro. It's just like, like I said last episode, like laying bricks. You're laying bricks, and then over the period of winter, those 5-minute sessions will add up. There's push-ups and pull-ups and all that sort of stuff. It's
Just
cool.
keeps you ticking along too.
Yeah.
Speaking of winter, it's one of our subject, the winter blues.
Winter blues, bro.
It seems to be the time when everyone gives up.
Why? The cold?
I think people just start using their excuses. I think it's just a natural cycle of people, and I just don't want to be in that crowd either. So when
Separating.
people jump off, I sort of double down on my training, to be honest.
It's good to be like that too, bro.
Yeah.
I've known that you've always been like that too. Because I remember I used to go to Maryland's and I'd always see you in your jacket and pants and just pumping through sessions. And I think, it's really important during this time for people to realise that, one, it's going to get cold. It's not going anywhere. And then two, if you're still trying to achieve goals, if you still got your plan, there's no reason why you can have to stop on it, bro. And I think that's where people get a little bit afraid of, their plan might go out of the window because they'll miss a session or two because of cold or because of the predicament, but then at the same time they'll just stop straight away. And that's that's a big no-no for me.
I think you got to catch yourself of how you speak as well. Even when I just said something before, I was like, oh, no, I shouldn't use that as an excuse.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop all those excuses coming out of
Exactly.
your mouth is the number one step, I think, when you say, oh, it's cold. And then you talk to your mates and, oh, yeah, I missed today because, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy sometimes. You speak about how cold it is and and then everyone agrees and then you're in that rut again. I think it's much better just to push hard through this period. Separate yourself from the pack, what you sort of, you got down here, level up while everyone's
level up while everyone's
quitting.
fucking hibernating, bro. While everyone's quitting, while everyone's, giving into those reasons, giving into those excuses. And everyone's human. I understand it, but, wouldn't you want to test yourself out? If I'm in a predicament now, I'm in like a stage in my life where I could give up. And I felt it last week after the game. I felt the excuses come. I actually was in a bit of a pity party. That's why I went quiet on socials and shit. But the thing that kept me through, bro, I swear to you, was doing the cold plunges.
Yeah.
Every morning. It was just like, I wasn't training. I wasn't really doing too much, man. I was eating fucking rubbish because it was my son's birthday last Tuesday.
Yep.
But the thing that kept me there, like mentally, was the cold plunges. And now that I'm starting 75 hard, the cold plunges is like, okay, that's where I kick into gear. That's where I'm ready to take on my walk or my session. So yeah, just maybe aligning a habit to your day that'll just remove that negative talk to yourself or negative thoughts.
Yeah, and if you go to some place that is colder, cold shower or plunge, then when you just...
Bro, it's good for the brain.
Yeah, go out normally into the weather, then it's not so cold anymore.
Even though your bones are rattling. Like I did say to you this morning, bro, my bones are rattling as soon as I jumped into the car and I drove over here. But just the thought in my head was like, I've cold plunged today. Fuck, it's not much harder that you can do.
Where does someone start with doing the cold plunge and cold shower? Just 20 seconds?
It's 20 seconds, even contrasting, like I said, like starting with hot, cold, and then maybe going back to hot, for a certain period of time, and then go hot then cold, and then slowly work your way into just cold. And then if you like me, because I just don't like having it's like removing excuses, bro. I just don't like having that hot water there for me to think about. Just jump straight into the pool and do fucking mangry.
Yeah, I like the ease of a shower because you're always having a shower each day. I feel like, yeah, I don't have access to an ice bath that's super.
That's what it is.
Imagine the ice bath set up over there. Do a little jump in the freezer.
Just do the old Kevin Hart, bro. Do a
Yeah.
podcast inside the
I don't know how he does that. Fuck. Because when you're in the ice bath, you're... Remember the ones we used to do at Maryland? Oh, mad. That was
They
good.
were mad. yeah, that's why I'm doing this challenge, bro. You know, that's why I want to just dive into it further during winter. And I've got phase 2 starting in 8 days time too. So, you know, that's phase 2, to explain things, is just 30 days of 75 hard. You know, I've got some friends, family, and even some clients wanting to do 75 hard. So I just thought, fuck, why not jump into it? So,
Anything different in phase 2?
nah, it's the same as 75 hard.
Isn't the stranger talk to a stranger?
Nah, that's
No.
phase 3.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
phase. Do you have to do cold plunge in phase 2?
No.
No.
So phase 2 is literally just 2
70.
workouts. Yeah, 75 hard. 2 workouts. The photo, the no cheat meals, no alcohol, following the meal plan, and a progress photo. So it's basically the stuff that I did for 75 days, just in the 30 day period.
And then you go into phase 3.
Then phase 3 is a month before when I started 75 hard. So I can't even remember what date I started, but let's say if I started in January, on January 1st, right? I start phase 3 on December the 1st.
Yep.
Leading into that 1 year period. So Live Hard program's basically over 1 year. So
And then nothing after phase 3? What do they
Nothing.
say? Do they say anything to...
just it was meant to be like living hard.
Yeah, and it's just the norm?
Yeah, just the norm. Like, and on that too, bro. I've actually had a good conversation with a couple of people about the Live Hard, 75 hard, what do you want to call it, and people that fail. I don't know. It's just starting to, I wouldn't say bother me, but I think people, how do I explain this? So
Without sounding like a...
yeah, sounding like I'm hating on it, because
Yeah.
I'm not, bro. I'm doing the program, but at the same time, I think there's,
What are the usual excuses people come to you with?
nah, it's not an excuse, bro. I think like it's
What, they don't start, or they
so.
start and...
For example, like I spoke to a friend from Gold Coast, and she failed on day 60 something because she missed out on reading a book, and like I felt like pretty bad for her, eh? So fuck, man, like I wouldn't stop momentum, eh? I'd just keep going,
Yeah.
and I'd finish 75 hard. Like you said, when
Did she fall off?
she fell off
Just
massively.
from 10 pages, yeah.
Bro, and
No,
then,
we've
like-
spoken about that before.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, fuck, why stop? Like, I feel like you
Fuck
should.
it, just tick it and go.
Stop. And that's what brings you
10
back to the point.
pages, yeah. Who gives a fuck?
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry for spitting then.
I'll say
But
it.
yeah, bro, fuck that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the hard thing. Like, this, I understand no compromises, but yeah, that's why I'm like, at the end of this Live Hard program, I'm gonna finish it. At the end of it, fuck, I think I'd love to just to figure out my own sort of style of 75 hard. You know, whatever it's gonna be called, however it's gonna be done.
Mm.
And I think there's a little bit more of a different approach you can take to it, like a more of a holistic approach. And I think that you can align habits with, you know, things. So, for example, this is something that I think about daily, because I actually go for my walks and I pick up pieces of rubbish every walk. So I'll take a bag with me and I'll pick up 10 pieces of rubbish. But by the time I finish my walk, I've been thinking half and half, like I'm walking, but then I'm picking up rubbish, bro. So it's like, instead of it being a 45-minute walk outdoors, I think about like, how can I be of best service for someone else or the fucking world or the earth, whatever you want to call it. I pick up rubbish.
Yep.
And then that aligns me with exercising outdoors. Do you know what I mean, bro? So it's just sort of like figuring out a way to hide things indirectly so that, you know, there's a different style of challenge there, if
Yep.
that makes sense. So I'm just trying to figure out shit. So it's all like words for now, but yeah, I'm heavily invested into this because I just want to see humans fucking do well.
Is there much support around the 75 hard? Like,
There,
what's the best tactical way to... Because I've figured out my tactic for it pretty easy.
what do you
But that's how I
what do you
think.
mean by that?
Just like when I walk, I'm doing my reading at the same time.
Well, that's what I'm
and
saying,
drinking
bro.
my water, I'm doing 3 at once.
You know what I mean, bro? That's what I'm saying. That's the hacks that you've figured out for yourself, and that's the habits that you have that make things easier. But I think where people go wrong is that when they fail it, they don't know what habits to pick up to continue
Yeah.
after. You know what I mean? They just go straight down into the fucking dumps. Like, she was crying, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, I'm so upset. And I was like, fuck that, bro.
Yeah, he was a fuck at the end of
Yeah,
the
so
month
that's
sometimes.
where my head's at in order to that. But yeah, they've got like, I don't want to dive in it too much, but you know, he's got all these groups and support programs, and you know, there's a book connected to it,
Yeah.
and all that sort of stuff that can help you. And the understanding's there for me when it comes to the 75 hub program, but at the same time, bro, I want to make something fucking bigger and better.
Yeah, you have to have a real good plan with all the things as well.
That's it.
Yeah. I think some people might just go in without, so they're
Yep.
trying to figure out, and then they're always playing catch up. They're like, uh-oh, got my last 45, the
Yeah,
water's not drunk yet.
It don't work, bro. You got to have a plan. You know, my plan's pretty simple. Like, I just try to do the same thing every day, no matter if it's
Yeah.
the weekend or the weekday. And I know that if I nail my walk in the morning, then the rest of the day is just set up. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, figuring out ways to just help assist that
But the reason behind it, he wants consistency and trying
consistency.
to teach people consistency, which is understandable, and discipline and all that stuff as well.
A lot, even myself, I never fucking had discipline before I started hanging out with you or doing something like this. So I've actually learned something from it, but I feel like there's a better way.
Yep, hard. Or 20 minutes. That's good.
Yeah.
What do we got? Like, what else? Winter challenge.
Winter challenge, like what, you know, I was thinking of, you know, how can we do, because I'm doing the program,
Yeah.
except for me, the mobility stuff. You know, I wouldn't mind getting some people on board.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? So I just thought that we could maybe do something.
Yeah. We already talked about doing it within
Yeah.
the mobility program. 'cause
Yeah,
we've noticed
bro.
people are dropping off,
Yeah.
hit them with a cold shower and all that stuff.
Something like that, bro. Like a fucking savage challenge, you know, a winter challenge or something like that. So,
Cold
you
shower
know,
reading. We're going to do that amongst the mobility group, maybe.
Mhm.
Speaking about that, that'll be cool. We'll see what happens. with
Yeah,
the
I'd like-
the broader public. I also wanted to automate that. I'll set up that 14-day hip flexor challenge through this period as well.
fuck yeah.
Yeah, just smack couch stretch for
Yeah.
8 minutes.
Well, I saw one result the other day on the mobility app. And fuck. Every morning just doing the couch stretch, and I was like, oh, hip flexor on the wall. It's like, bro, it's that simple. People confuse things, I think, a bit too much.
Yeah,
You do 2 to 3 minutes on both legs every day for 14 days. Fuck.
done.
Done skis.
Quote of the day.
Do you want me to go first, or are you going to go first?
You go first, bro.
All right. Let me get my phone out, bruh. Okay. Are you ready?
Ready?
By Friedrich Nietzsche. I hope I have pronounced this properly. He's a German. All right, here we go. I was in darkness, but I took 3 steps and found myself in paradise. The first step was a good thought. The second, a good word. And the third, a good deed.
Oos. What does
bro,
that mean?
So, for me,
Your interpretation.
For me, it's think, speak out, and then do action.
Yep.
You know, if you're one person, you can apply that to anything. I think, you know, if you're one person who is in the darkness, literally in the dumps and stuck to your couch like I used to be, I think it comes down to, you know, thinking positive, and it might be hard, but then I think the speaking, you know, because I feel like when I speak words out loud, it gives it a bit more oomph or punch to it. And it's hard not for me to go look through my content and watch my content back to myself and realize, fuck, you know, I'm changing.
Yeah.
And I'm becoming a better version of myself. And then the actions, bro, just straight behind it. You know, whether it's training, whether it's walking, whether it's plunging, just continuously just keep driving at that until I'm the fucking best.
Becomes.
It becomes.
Mine is Art of War quote, Sun Tzu. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Don't always have to be aggressive.
Yo!
That's the main thing. Kill
That's
with
mad.
calmness.
Kill with calmness, my bro.
Another episode done. Shot.
Shut, bro.
Yeah, they call me a savage. How I'm putting in work. I hustle and grind, I put in the time, get what I deserve. Savage.